Hello everyone! In this video, we will be tackling the philosopher's understanding of the self, particularly David Hume's.
Let's start with a brief introduction to David Hume. So, who is David Hume?
During the Age of Enlightenment, David Hume was a Scottish philosopher, economist, and historian. He was born on May 7, 1711, and passed away on August 25, 1776. Hume was an outspoken critic of Descartes' rationalism, in which reason, rather than experience, is held to be the foundation of all knowledge.
He founded the influential British empirism movement together with John Locke and Bishop George Berkeley, in which the idea that sense experience is the source of all knowledge is advanced. It emphasized the importance of experience and evidence, particularly sensory perception, in the formation of concept while dismissing the notion of innate ideas.
David Hume is associated with the bundle theory, in which he described the self as a bundle or a collection of different perceptions moving in a very fast and successive manner. As a result, it is in perpetual flux. He began this theory by rejecting Descartes' view of the immaterial soul and its experiences.
As an empiricist himself, he believed that human intellect and experiences are limited. Therefore, it is impossible to attribute it to an independent persisting entity, for example, a soul. He concluded that self is merely made up of successive impressions.
Hume classified the mind's perception into two categories, impressions and ideas, stating that the distinction between the two consists in the degrees of force and liveliness with which they strike upon the mind.
The impressions are the first of his perceptions. These are the most prevalent perception. They have the greatest impact on the senses. These are directly felt. They are the result of inward and outward emotions.
The second perception is ideas. These are impressions, less forceful and energetic counterparts. These are processes that copy and reproduce sense data that has been generated based on previously observed impressions.
In addition, Hume claimed that the concept of the self could not be validated through observation. He contended that if you can directly know, then what you know are just objects of what your senses are experiencing, implying that there is no logical explanation for anything other than what your senses experience. According to him, the self is nothing but a sequence of confused perception obtained by the senses, and so there is no continuously subsisting self.
Hume also compared the self to a nation, noting that a nation's being a nation is maintained not by a single core or identity, but by being constituted of several, continuously changing parts such as people, systems, cultures, and beliefs. With this concept, Hume's self is a mix and a loose cohesiveness of diverse personal experiences rather than a single perception. He argued that there is no one persistent impression that lasts your entire life.
To conclude, Hume denied the existence of the self. His concept of the self is that of a passive observer, similar to watching one's life pass before one's eyes, like a play or on a screen, with the total annihilation of the self occurring at death.
He emphasized that a person's perceptions are only active for as long as he or she is conscious. Hume appeared to reduce the self to a light bulb that could be turned on or off with this concept.
And that brings us to the end of our topic for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching while learning about David Hume's concept of the self. Thank you and God bless.